I'm your coach of the Moggy Minors, and today we'll finally be trying out Wi-Fi Pokemon Draft Leagues. But first off, I want to give a huge shout out to Reppy for making the logo, and to Zenkai Boosted for helping with my draft plan after being sniped to oblivion. For today's video, we'll be participating in the Kitakami Premier League, which is run by the one and only Jirako 1. It is the official sister league of the Uvenranga Premier League, UMPL for short. The Premier League does Wi-Fi leagues and sometimes Showdown leagues. The KPL, however, primarily does Wi-Fi leagues. For this season, we're participating in the Uber's Draft League, where the likes of Calyrex Ice and Zerkam are available to be drafted. The rules are quite simple. Each coach has 135 points to draft 10 to 12 Pokemon, and since it is an Uber's Draft League, there are 4 different tiers and 4 different combos. The first combo being you can only draft 1 Tier 1 Uber, second combo, 1 Tier 2 and a Tier 4 Uber, third combo, 2 Tier 3 Ubers, and the fourth and final combo, a Tier 3 and a Tier 4. There's also another special rule where once an Ogerpon form is drafted, all other forms become unavailable. And only one form can be used unless a transaction is utilized. Pokemon worth 18 points and below can Terra, with some exceptions, some being Terra banned. There will be a Terra tax for each of the Terra captains. For example, if a Pokemon costs 15 points and its Terra tax is 7, its combined worth is 22. And we also have a Terra tax budget of 26 points. So, the budget of the Terra tax, of the Terra budget, the Terra budget is 26 points, and that 26 budget is also incorporated into our 135 budget, so we must spend accordingly. Now with our first pick, I had to go with Kyurem White. Kyurem White, being an Ice and Dragon type, also has his signature move, Fusion Flare. With its 170 special attack, 120 attack, and usable 95 speed. With moves like Dragon Dance or items like Choice Scarf, it could definitely outspeed my opponent's Pokemon. And with that 170 special attack, it could definitely leave a mark. Items like Choice Scarf to outspeed, Choice Specs for extra boosted damage, and or heavy duty boots in case I don't want any unnecessary chip from Stealth Rocks. Kyurem White overall is a fantastic offensive threat, but can also take a hit or two with its 125 HP, 90 defense, and 100 SPDEF. For round 2 pick, I had to complement it with none other than Terra Raging Bolt. Terra Raging Bolt with its 137 special attack and pretty overall round well bulk, with items like Boost Energy to boost special attack, Assault Vest to tank special hits more better, and or leftovers for that overall recovery. I could even run some berries on it if I wanted to. But Raging Bolt with Terra is extremely dangerous. From a round 3 pick, I had to go with Gouging Fire. It may seem a little top heavy, coming in at around, I believe, 19 points. Gouging Fire would make a great physical wall and also a physical wall breaker. With its moves like Dragon Dance and that 115 attack and 91 speed, Gouging Fire can most definitely take some physical hits with items like Boost Energy to boost its stats without the sun, Clear Amulet to prevent attack drops, and or Covert Cloak to prevent those pesky poison procs from Poison Jab, Gunshot, Discharge Paraprocs. For my round 4 pick, I had to go with Ogerpon Cornerstone. Ogerpon Cornerstone is generally a very good physical wall breaker with moves like Swords Dance, Trailblaze, and that 100 base power IV Cudgel Rock move with 100% accuracy. Very nice. Although we are item locked to the Cornerstone Mask, the Cornerstone Mask is pretty good with an ability like Sturdy. We could also encore our opponents and possibly taunt them, or we could Leech Seed it up for recovery. For my round 5 pick, I had to go with Screamtail, of course. You can already tell the theme of this team. It's going to be a Sun team, especially with all the photosynthesis mons. Screamtail has very good bulk, nearly unkillable, as long as it's not like a super effective move with boosted stats. with an item like red card for those physical attackers or special attackers, such as fighting moves that Scream Toe quad resists, or likely to prolong our longevity, and sometimes leftovers for the extra healing. But I can also run some berries if I wanted to. Screamtail makes a great addition for wish passing, screen setting, and or baton passing. For a round 6 pick, I had to go with Torkoal. Of course, every Sun team needs a Sun setter. With its pretty outrageous defense and well balanced attack and special attack, it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife that nobody asked for, but hey, we're taking it. With items like heavy duty boots to rapid spin away rocks, stealth spikes, and or toxic spikes, any hazard. Heat rock to prolong our drought, and items like leftovers and or citrus berry to prolong our health. But more than likely, we'll be running the first two items. For my round 7 pick, I had to go with Mamoswine. Mamoswine being having 130 attack, 80 usable speed, it can definitely use items like Choice Scarf, Clear Amulet, Choice Band if I wanted to, and or lead Focus Sash to either Endeavor or South Rock lead. Mamoswine overall is our little secondary wall breaker, just in case the opponent has any slower mons. Mamoswine does deal a ton of damage with Stab Earthquake and Stab Ice Shard. And since there's Ubers everywhere, Stab Ice Shard is very useful. For a round 8 pick, I had to go with Kamala. Kamala being tiny as it is, its 115 attack is nothing to be trifled with, and 65 speed is usable after a +1 rapid spin. But with its 95 special defense, it's very usable with Assault Vest to take special hits. With items like Heavy Duty Boots for item removal, Assault Vest to tank special hits more well, and or Citrus Berry to then prolong our longevity. For round 9, we obviously had to go with our Chlorophyll Sweeper Leafeon. Leafeon, although has not the fastest speed for a Chlorophyll Sweeper, it is still fast enough to keep us going. With the base defense of 130 and 110 attack and 65 HP, in the sun it should be more than enough to tank a physical hit if it's a full bulky set. But Leafeon, with items like Clear Amulet to prevent attack drops, Life Orb for that extra bonus damage, and since we will be using it in the sun, we'll more than likely be running Synthesis as well, so we can last longer with the recoil. And items like Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet is in case we do try to go with the physical defensive set, with that 130 defense. Leafeon also gets Wish, so we have 3 Wish passers. However, we'll most likely be using Leafeon as a offensive or bulky threat. For my round 10 pick, I had to go with Haunter. Haunter being a special attacker with 95 speed. We could either choice item this Pokemon and possibly Focus Sash lead, with items like Choice Scarf, Focus Sash, and Life Orb for that extra damage against slower Pokemon. I believe Haunter makes a great pick as a Levitator, as we don't have a lot of ground resist in this team. Let's see. For my round 11 pick, I had to go with Terra Strudel. Terra Strudel, not the most amazing thing on the planet, let's be real, but with the ability like Prankster, Unburden, and Poison Touch, it's more of a utility mod, if anything. With items like Heat Rock, Focus Sash, and Heavy Duty Boots. Heat Rock to prolong our Sunny Day proc. Focus Sash in case we want to live a hit with Unburden. To then Swords Dance, maybe Terra, Flying Acrobatics, and Heavy Duty Boots in case we just want to pivot around with it just to be more annoying. And now for our final and last pick of the draft, it would have to be Lantern. Lantern being a water electric type, it is it is pretty bulky with its good abilities of water absorb, volt absorb, and its below average defenses. We picked Lantern more so for the water immunity and the electric immunity, with items like Covert Cloak to prevent Salt Cure, Rocky Helmet for those physical mons that it resists, and or Citrus Berry and recovery items such as Leftovers to prolong our HP. And overall, Lantern makes a great addition, as we could also use it for Thunder Wave to parry the opposing Pokemon. But yeah, that's pretty much the draft. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. This will be our debut as a Wi-Fi Pokemon coach. Thank you for watching, and see you next time, and take care.